The James Show Podcast.
Redistricting is the talk of the entire nation. The quorum did not happen right before the James Show. I listened to that annoying bell, and the quorum fell short. And so now we had some new punishments that were announced for the Democrat legislators. But I know, stop at the bell. But it's all financial stuff. Oh, we're taking away 30% of your operating budget, or we're going to withhold your check, and you got to come get it in person, or we're going to fine you $500 a day. Listen, if the only punishment is going to be some financial cost, then it's really only illegal for poor people. That's not a real punishment. They don't care about money. They care about power. And if you're not taking their power away, this is not a real punishment, which means they have no incentive to come back now, which means they have no incentive to not ever do this again. So I don't think people are taking it real serious by people in positions of power in the Texas House of Representatives. Dustin Burrows, Ken Paxton seems to be taking it serious. Since the James Show started, about 30 minutes into the James Show, he filed a letter with the Supreme Court of Texas asking them to vacate their seats. Maybe on Monday, I'll have a little bit more news on if that is going to bear any fruit. But until now, this looks so lame. 800-288-9227. This is Amy in Arlington. You're on WBAP.
Hi, James. I would like to propose for this issue we're having. It won't solve today, but maybe in November we need a constitutional amendment that is written kind of like our HR people do it, where they set up if you miss so many days or you call in so many days, you're immediately removed from your seat and the governor appoints a replacement. And that takes the courts out of it. Like, of course, you're going to have some exception to the rule, but that will prevent this from happening. And we know that our legislators aren't going to vote for that for themselves. So
yes,
if we have it as a constitutional amendment, we can just make this happen.
Should have done that whenever they did this. What was that, 4 years ago? Or I forgot when it was. It was just a few. It's right before I started here. We should have done that when they did it back in 2003. I remember when this happened when I first started working in talk radio, and they ran to Ardmore, and that was the whole thing. And I remember people saying the exact same thing. Hey, we should pass a law or a constitutional amendment that says if you do this, then you lose your job. And everybody knows it's a pretty good fix. But the fact that it doesn't happen means they don't really want to fix this. They don't really want to fight hard. They're not really in opposition. This is the whole sort of deep state uniparty conspiracy theory that keeps burying itself to be true when practiced in the real world.
So how do we, as constituents, add things to that constitutional amendment?
So we have
to go through our legislators.
The common one person can't do squat about this. But if we all as a collective decide that we're going to remember who these guys are, and when the primary process rolls around for the Republicans, we're going to make sure one of their challengers win. This requires a level of depth and attention that most people don't have. And it's one of the downfalls of democracy. You have the people out there who are going to pick whoever holds these reins of power, but we don't keep up with them. We don't keep up with them like we keep up with the Dallas Cowboys or with the Kardashians or whatever the popular thing is. That's how these incumbents get to skirt under the radar. And for those of us who are supposed to be holding the Republicans accountable, we don't. And so we get the same terrible incumbents that just get in over and over and over. Dade Phelan, there's no way he should have still be allowed in the Republican Party. He's still a Republican representative in the House. This Dustin Burrows guy, same thing. And if we don't take care of business in the primaries, this is what we deserve. And the reason we're getting this now is because our inaction and our inability to get involved previously when this happened before, because we didn't do something different, we're getting the same result. So in a large part, we only have ourselves to blame.
Agree.
Okay, and the fix is that it's going to happen in the primary. And if it doesn't get fixed in the primary, we're going to be griping just like this in 2 more years when we're disappointed with the result.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not trying to shame anybody. It's just I felt like I've done this before many times. And so when people... my instinct is when someone says, well, what should we do? Is to say, well, what I told you to do 2 years ago and 4 years ago and 6 years ago and 8 years ago and for the last 23 years. But y'all weren't here for all of that, so I can't hold you accountable. Jeff in Dallas, you're on WBAP. What's your fix? Jeff, go.
How you doing? I'm glad to hear you. You've made a lot of suggestions but whatever it takes, they have to have a quorum. And my wife and I came up with the best answer so far to get them back for any vote.
Okay.
You start the process, and to get a bill to make all the illegals legal. And you put this out, and they'll be back there in 5 minutes.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. You give them something they want so they'll come back in the state, and then you do the old bait and switch on them.
Right. And then you can do all this other stuff, see?
I love that. Yes, we're gonna pass a new bill, and we're just gonna make everyone has to watch the next season of RuPaul's Drag Race, and they'll come all in, and then we'll just say, "No, gotcha. We're voting on the redistricting map." That's not bad, Jeff.
Come up with all this, they come up with all this stuff. Well, we're here for the people. Oh, wait a minute. What about them flood victims over there? In Texas there, and they abandoned them. They can't do anything for them,
Well, Jeff, I wish you and your wife were in charge instead of Dustin Burrows, sir. Life would be a lot better here in the great state of Texas. Thank you very much for your suggestion. I think we all agree that's pretty solid work there, Jeff in Dallas. Talking a lot about ourselves on today's show. We've been talking a lot about our nation on today's show. I feel like we've neglected foreign policy, so Dr. Jeff Roeder from Rigaku's coming on. He has expertise in chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear consulting. Thank you very much for being back on the James Show. I'm bringing you back on here because I hear that Trump and Putin could be meeting next week. What do we need to know about that?
Good afternoon, sir, and thank you for the invitation. Right now, it's a good idea. Probably 3 or 4 different locations are being tossed around by staff. Nothing is locked in yet. But if it happens, this is what we describe as the Potomac two-step. And that's when you try not to step on the toes of a nuclear weapon head of state as you're negotiating peace or a ceasefire. Over the last, it's been instrumental. A couple statisticians may have found a lever for Trump to pull, and that is that about 2/3 of the Russian budget comes from their oil industry. And they've noticed about a 33% drop in oil exports July 2024 to July 2025. That's meaningful because the secondary tariffs that Trump is leveraging on countries like India should influence them to buy less or none at all, decreasing the overall Russian export that feeds their wartime budget.
So why does the location matter so much? They spent a lot of time talking about that on both MSNBC and Fox News before the James Show.
Probably because there's nothing else to talk about, to be honest with you.
Fair enough.
I think there are probably a number of Middle East countries that want to be part of the solution.
Yeah, Dubai got to mention, the United Arab Emirates
right.
got to mention, Saudi Arabia got to mention. I just didn't see the importance in there, and you kind of confirmed my suspicion that it's not really that important.
No, it's not. What is important is that we have meaningful conversations that lead to peace.
How important is it that Zelensky be there?
You would think that would be a critical component to the whole conversation, and normally, historically, it is. I think Zelensky has painted himself into a corner. He literally has no cards to play. I think he's probably in survival mode and will accept whatever President Trump can pass to him in terms of a peace deal. And even then, I think Zelensky will be reticent to accept it, knowing full well that Putin is going to violate any contract that he signs today, probably as soon as Trump leaves office.
Well, sure, but doesn't that mean that some, at least formality will be signed, whether or not it's actually adhered to? Generally speaking, some sort of peaceful arrangement could result next week.
Let's hope so. Normally, heads of state don't meet unless the staff have got something meaningful for them to agree on.
Right.
We never want 2 heads of state to meet just so that we can blow up a meeting, because then that just
set you back. Sure.
It leads to harmful things. That's not productive at all.
Okay, Dr. Jeffrey Brodeur from Mergaku, I appreciate your expertise on this situation. I hope we get a better result, and we'll probably have to talk to you next week as well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. All right, coming up next on The James Show, we're playing Name That Artist for tickets to see Jason Aldean. So for all you people on hold, I see you, Gary, Brian, Mark, Becky, Mark, another Mark, 2 Marks. Go ahead and get out a pen and paper or pull up a notepad file on your phone. Go to phone. You can do this. Put me on speaker so you can still hear me. And then go pull up a notepad file on your phone. I'm going to play the montage, and I want you to try and type in all 10 of the artists. Now, when we get back from the commercial break, I'm going to play it again so you can finish your list. So when we go to you, you can just rattle them off in quick order, and it'll sound like we're pros and we actually know what we're doing. All right? So guys on hold and people who are playing along in their car or at work or wherever you're at, can you name the artists to these 10 songs? So that's going to be your montage to try and wrap up this terrible edition of Name That Artist. Kat in Argyle.
Yes, sir.
You ready? Hey, Garrett, how long have you done this and you don't know how to spell these towns? You like Argyle. Do you think anyone... This is extra letters. This is longer than the... Anyway.
Argyle.
Oh, I know. I've looked at a map before. All right, let's go ahead. Let's see if we can get you some Jason Aldean tickets. You ready for Name That Artist?
Yeah, I only have one of them, so if I've got it, great.
All right, let me hear.
Bleeding Love is Leona Lewis.
Okay, so we'll start there. Hang on. So Kat's in first place. Who's this? David? David, you have more than one.
I believe so.
Okay, what do you got?
I got Chad Kroeger.
Chad Kroeger? Who even says that? You mean Nickelback?
Nickelback, yeah.
Oh, my God. You said the lead singer's name instead of the whole band?
Yep.
Are you their fan?
No, I just couldn't think of the band name because I never listened to it.
You know their lead singer's name. Yeah, you're real unfamiliar. I wouldn't recognize Nickelback, just the lead singer's name. All right. You got Nickelback. Who else do you have here in the middle? It's official. There's the bell. Who else was that?
Backstreet Boys.
Was there a Backstreet Boys? Oh, yeah, there was a Backstreet Boys, yeah. What else you got?
And the Cranberries.
I did not hear Cranberries in there. So
okay.
that's what you got. You got 2?
And then 3 Days Grace.
No. It's a 3. Well, you're still in first. All right, David. In the most flaccid edition of Name That Artist ever. Let's go to Kim in Bedford. Kim, how many you got?
I think I have 3.
What do you got?
How about Mario Odyssey? Is that Dark Side of the Moon?
What do you... Wait, what's Mario Odyssey? That's a thing? The video game?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I guess so. I'm sorry.
Well, no, that's fine. I love that video game, but it's not... Are people winding me up? Is that what's going on? All right, what else do you got?
I have Nickelback, and I believe it was Rockstar.
Yes.
Nickelback, Rockstar. Okay, and Leona Lewis with the Bleeding.
Yep.
Bleeding Heart, I believe it is.
Bleeding Love.
Oh, Bleeding Love, and then I know that I thought NSYNC was in there.
Justin Timberlake was in there as a solo act. So you've got 3-2? Is that what you have? Or...
I have 3.
All right, I'm looking for 4 then. Kim, thank you very much. Who do we got left? Michelle and Becky? Let's do Becky first. Becky, how many you got?
Well, I think I have more than 4. I got Donna Lewis.
Oh, wow. Look at you. Getting the first one. Okay.
Dan, it's Bedingfield?
Whoa. You recognize the song, but you don't know how to say his name? Did you hit Shazam or look it up or something?
I just don't know how to say his name.
Well, I'll give you that one then. Damn, that's pretty good. So, yeah, Donna Lewis, Daniel Bedingfield. Next one.
Leona Lewis.
Yeah, the other Lewis. Next.
Backstreet Boys.
Oh, I'm liking this. Keep going, Becky.
DHT.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't get that one in the pre-show meeting. Keep going. I'm excited now.
Timberland.
Or Timberlake. Oh, yeah. You know what? The next one was Timberland with One Republic. I'll give you that one, too.
Nickelback.
Nickelback's after Justin Timberlake. What else you got?
Okay. 3 Doors Down.
Yeah.
Linkin Park.
Oh, I got to give it to you. This was a struggle bus. Becky, let's just go ahead and put you on hold, give you the tickets, and get the hell out of here. This has been today's terrible edition of Name That Artist. We're going to talk about this more in a longer span on Monday's show, but the new school year is about to go down. My kids are already going to like band camp and preseason practice and things like that. And your kids too. Well, there's a whole lot of laws that go into effect on September 1st that most schools are going to start when the school year begins anyway, so they don't have to change them. And I just want to get some of these on your mind. Number one, the cell phone ban. It requires all school districts and open enrollment charter schools to adopt policies prohibiting students from using personal communication devices. So it's cell phones, iPads, laptops, things like that, while on school property during the school day. Now, it's going to be different for different districts. The reason why I'm telling you this without any sort of conclusion is I want to see what the different school districts are doing. So can you find out what your kids are about to have to go through? And then we'll talk about that on the show next week, probably Monday or Tuesday. But I'm going to find out what my kid's school is doing, and I want to find out what your kid's school is doing. I want to see what some of these options are. Also, public elementary and secondary schools are going to be required to display the 10 Commandments in every classroom. I don't think that's necessarily important for education, but it is kind of fun to rub it in the nose to the people who are offended by such things. It's totally harmless. It costs almost nothing. And if you're offended by it, well, it just kind of seems to offend all the right people, doesn't it? Senate Bill 11 allows time for prayer and reading religious text. Senate Bill 12, DEI ban in schools. Keep an eye on that. Is your school running afoul of that new law? Senate Bill 13 allows parents to restrict library materials from their students. So this means parents and school boards are the ones who are going to control this, not the school librarians. Because for some schools, the school librarian has the final say over what materials are allowed in the school's library, no matter what the parents say, no matter what the school board says. So that was crazy. Only the approval of 50 parents or 10% of parents in the district, whichever is less, would be needed to create oversight councils. They are also banning certain food additives in school lunches, requiring students to take financial literacy courses, and an increase in public education funding. Just keep an eye on this as your kid's going back to school. Find out some of the answers to these questions in your kid's situation. And we'll be talking about that in a little bit more depth next week. I'm going to do some looking on my side as well. I wanted to leave you with some life advice from a guy who looks absolutely homeless, but it's still solid advice.
Y'all ever see those videos in New York City in like 1912 and everyone's bustling around on the street? And I think, damn, they were stressed back then too, man. And now look, they're all gone. And I know that's depressing to think about, but it reminds me of a quote from, I think Anne Lorette said it. I heard Pete Holmes say it. Every 100 years, there's all new people, baby. Every 100 years, all new people. The people we're on Earth with right now, this is our crew, okay? In the same way you can't pick your family, but you got to get along with them. We can't pick the people we're on Earth with, but we got to get along, man. In the whole grand scheme of the universe, all the time, all the space, the people on Earth right now, this is a tiny little group, man, and we get to be a part of it, man. I'm in the grocery store, I see a fella, I think, damn, I'm on Earth at the same time as that guy, man. I see a cool lady, I think, man, we're alive at the same time. Man, that is freaking sick, man. Be kind to your neighbor, man. This is what it's all about. I'm glad I'm on Earth at the same time as y'all. Thank y'all. Keep on rocking.
Yeah, I love that. You know what? I'm glad I'm on Earth at the same time as you. I'm glad I get to do this radio show and you get to listen to it. Yeah, everything's not perfect. We've all got money problems. We all got family problems. We all got health problems. But it's been a pretty good ride on Earth. I'm glad to share it with you. If you need more James Show action over the weekend, find the podcast. Go to WBAP.com, the WBAP app, or I know what you really do. Half of you are still going to places that we don't own and find the podcast. Whatever. Go find it there. But also go find some of the fun stuff we have on social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff. Don't just find it. Share it, follow it, subscribe, do all the good things, and help me spread the word about this good little show so I can keep doing it. I'm having a good time. I would like to continue doing this in the future, and I've got kids. Stick around. Mark Levin is coming up next. In the meantime, you go have a good weekend. We'll do this again Monday at 2. I'm James Parker. This has been The James Show on News Talk 820 and 93.3 FM WBAP.
The James Show Podcast.